Welcome to Hey Dr. Sue. So people submit their sex questions to me anonymously, and once a week I post one question and one answer. Do you have a sex question you've always wanted answered? Go ahead and check out the description for information on how to submit it anonymously. This week's question is, are women biologically more vulnerable to catch STDs, or is it just a social problem? To be honest with you, I don't know what you mean by the second part of that question about it being a social problem. But for the first part, yeah, physiologically speaking, women are more likely to get an STI from unprotected vaginal intercourse. Before I explain why, keep in mind that I specifically said unprotected vaginal intercourse. If a condom is used during vaginal intercourse, it's going to cut down the risk of getting an STI. The main reason is the tissue involved. Vaginal tissue is much thinner than that of the penis. This makes it easier for viruses and bacteria to get in. Let's look at more than just vaginal intercourse, though. For anal sex, there's a similar tissue concern. The tissue in the anus is thin, and because it doesn't self-lubricate like the vagina, there's more of a risk of tiny tears. These tears make it easier for viruses and bacteria to get into the body. This means it doesn't matter your sex, if you're male, female, or intersexed. What matters is whether or not you're on the receiving end of anal sex. If you are, then you're at higher risk of STIs than the other person. Speaking of giving and receiving, let's talk about oral sex. If someone is performing oral sex on you and they have herpes, then they can spread that to your genitals. If you're the one going down on someone, it doesn't really matter what body parts they have. Vulva or penis, if they have an STI, you can get infected in your mouth and or throat. You know what will stop this from happening? A barrier like a condom or a dental dam. If you're unfamiliar with dental dams, there's a link in the description to the Cleveland Clinic page on that, and there's also another link to a page that's helpful for information on oral sex. Outside of the thinner tissue, the other reason why women are more at risk for an STI during unprotected vaginal intercourse is because the amount of fluid that's involved. A man ejaculating is usually going to produce a whole lot more fluid than a woman who ejaculates. That's going to increase her chances of getting an STI. In terms of it being a social problem, I feel like I need a bit more information, so feel free to submit another question. Until next time, be safe and have fun. Did you like that video? If so, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll know when new videos come out. Also check out the description to find out how to find me on Instagram, Medium, and Twitter. And make sure to check the description for links where you can submit your sex question.